Hey, what is up guys? Today we're checking out the PlayArt Kai, Final Fantasy 15 Gladios. So yeah, I never got to make a video on this figure, so I'm just happy to finally be able to bring you guys this review. And you know, it's a great figure with a great sculpt, and it's by far the largest figure out of the group. Which I will give you guys a look at how this figure stands next to the other figures in the line. So I hope you guys will enjoy the video, and stay tuned. Okay, here's the front of the packaging. We have a nice image of the figure itself. And down here, Final Fantasy 15, PlayArt Kai logos, and it's pretty much the same for the sides of the packaging. So as for the back, we have some screenshots of the other figures in the series. And as for the inside of the packaging, we do have a bit of text in here. So if you guys want to read this, then by all means, feel free to pause and read. And as for the accessories, this is everything that comes with the figure. So we have this amazing looking blade, we have a couple pairs of hands, and we have the figure itself. And inside we have the standard PlayArt Kai display stand and the instructions. So yeah, another great deal of accessories. Okay, and so here is the figure, fully assembled. And I really love this pose. I really think it suits the character and shows off his personality. And I love this sword, this here blade. It looks almost like the Buster Sword, which I think it was trying to replace. But yeah, it looks a lot more elegant. I just love these Final Fantasy 15 designs. They look very royal. So I do think the head sculpt is pretty good. I think it's got quite a nice resemblance to how he looked in the game. And he's even got all of his iconic traits, such as the scar over his eye and the necklace piece down here, which is sculpted onto the figure, so you cannot, remove it or take it off. But I think it does work pretty well in this case. So yeah, let's take a nice little look at the head sculpt. Yeah, it's definitely a great sculpt, probably one of the better head sculpts out of this PlayArt Kai Final Fantasy 15 line. There's really not many issues with this figure. It's a pretty solid figure all around. You can see his eyes are painted a very deep brown, and he's given a very menacing stare. Even the eyebrows painted in there, the beard, the chin strap. It looks really good actually. He's even got a bit of stubble around the side of his face, which makes the hair look shorter. And the sculpting of the hairpiece is also pretty good. You can see some strands of hair sculpted in there. I think it's a mullet, this hairstyle, which I don't usually like. It's definitely not the best hairstyle, but I think it suits the character for some weird reason. And here's the body piece of the figure. And look at the texturing on the shirt piece. It actually looks really good. It is entirely made out of plastic. So I think PlayArt Kai did a really good job here. I think this was almost the peak of when PlayArt Kai made their best figures. They definitely put a lot of love and attention into these Final Fantasy 15 figures. Even the buttons, you can see there's so much detail. And you can see his abs, you can see the skin tone. It's actually very nicely painted. I can't remember the name of this blade. If someone can let me know in the comments below. It's been quite a long time since I played this game. I picked it up in, I think it was 2016, which the game was released. I picked it up on launch day, on day one. But I didn't actually get around to completing the game until 2020 during lockdown. And I love the game so much. Just such a great game. And it was actually the first Final Fantasy game which I ever completed. So Final Fantasy 15 really holds a special place for me. I just love all the characters. I love the storyline. It was just such a great game. Despite all the flaws, I still loved it a lot. But anyhow, here we have the tattoos on his arms. And they're actually pretty nicely painted on there. I don't think it's necessarily paint job. I think it must be some type of decal that they've, printed onto the figure. But anyhow, moving down here to the waist. And here we have the trouser piece with all these, belts and buckles, all these zip pieces. We even have some like chains sculpted onto the sides of the trouser piece. Once again, look at the texturing on the trouser. All these folds and creases. And here's the back of the figure. And check out all the detailing. I didn't realize how detailed this figure actually was. I would say this is gotta be one of the best figures in this line for sure. But here's a look at the hairpiece, the back of the hair. We have this super nice emblem. I think it's an eagle with the wings. And once again, we have his arms and the tattoos. And his hand holding the blade of all these gold textures and sculpting work. And the gold blade in the center. Very, very nice. And here's the back of the trouser piece. Once again, we have these chains and, you know, whatever you want to call them. Bits of jewelry and decoration hanging from the side of the waist. And moving down here to the back of the legs and the boots. And one thing which I want to mention about the figure is the hands in particular, because the hands are pretty big. I mean, this is a pretty large figure for a Playarts Kai, and the peg joints on the wrist are a lot bigger than usual. The hands are a lot more sturdier than your average Playarts Kai figure, so he holds the blade really well because this sword is actually pretty heavy. It's a pretty big item, and the wrists need to be a little bit bigger to support the weights. I guess here's a quick look at the side of the profile of the face in case you guys want to check it out. And here's a better look at the scar. Okay, so let's take a look at the articulation for the figure. So one other thing which I just want to point out is that you can detach the blade super easily like so. So we just take off the main part of the blade and you have a separate piece for the handle like so. So yes, very, very easy. Okay, so let's take a look at the articulation. So as for the head sculpt, we have a ball joint in there. We also have a ball joint at the base of the neck. As for the shoulders, we have these super nice ball hinge joints. And this is such a large figure, so the joints feel super smooth to move. Ball hinge joints at the elbows and ball hinge joints for the wrists. This jacket piece is made out of a soft piece of plastic, and as you can see, we have even more detail in here. We have this eagle, this bird on his chest. Very, very nice. And as for the torso piece, we have a large ball joint in there. We also have a large ball joint at the waist. As for the hips, we have these ball ratchet joints. We don't have anything at the thigh, which I thought they could have hidden a swivel joint here, which would have been a nice touch. Anyhow, we have a double hinge joint at the knee, and we have a ball hinge joint at the ankle piece. So yes, that is the articulation for the figure. It's very good articulation, I would say. And here's Gladios with the rest of the Playarts Kai Final Fantasy 15 line. So here he is in the back right here. And we also have Prompto, 30th Anniversary Noctis, Ignis, and Prince Ulrich in the back. And down here we have the rest of the cast. So we have Aranea, Cindy, and Lunafreya. But yeah, here's a look at Gladios, how he stands next to the rest of the figures. Very nice piece. Prompto is also a very good figure, but I would say the best has got to be the 30th Anniversary Noctis. Anyhow guys, thank you so much for watching. I will have reviews on the other figures in the line, so I hope you guys will look forward to that. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are new here, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring that bell notification so you guys don't miss out on all these figure reviews. Thank you guys for watching, have a great day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy guys.